Traction Project logo, opera co-creation for a social transformation. The Project Traction has received funding from the European Commission Horizon 2020 Research and Innovation Programme under Grant Agreement number 870610.
My name is Camille Donegan and I'm a virtual reality producer working on the Traction project with Virtual Reality Ireland. I have long brown hair, brown eyes, I'm wearing navy and gold glasses and a blue and yellow jumper with stars on the sleeves.
What genres are the most suitable for VR aside from video games?
Virtual reality is disrupting pretty much every sector you can think of, primarily due to the immersive nature of the medium and the power that's inherent in that. VR is used extensively for training across a multitude of sectors, including healthcare and wellness, manufacturing, sales, tourism, law enforcement, and military training. When it comes to entertainment, VR offers unique characteristics. We can experience scale and depth in new ways. For example, in a VR experience called Ritchie's Plank, you walk out of an elevator 100 stories up and have to walk the plank. Your palms start sweating, even though the graphics are cartoonish in nature. Then there's a VR experience called The Blue, where you're situated in a boat under the sea and get a full body thrill when a huge blue whale swims by. Right now, all storytelling genres are up for grabs, and it's a great time for creators to experiment and play. Last week, I experienced a steampunk VR opera called Miranda, and next week I'm going to be exploring alien adventures in the Meta Movie project.
What challenges do you envisage in the progressive development of VR in the near future?
Right now, we are at a huge turning point in our industry. Some of these are related to the COVID pandemic. For example, many consumers have bought VR headsets during lockdown, so headset sales are ahead of expectations. However, previous to the pandemic, many people in organisations would use shared headsets for training. Now we're looking more at users having a personal VR headset. This is aided by hardware becoming more affordable. For instance, the new Quest 2 from Oculus, which is owned by Facebook, is completely tetherless, so it has no wires, it's all in one, and it has 6 degrees of freedom, so you can walk around, and it is retailing at €350. That's nearly half the price of its predecessor. Also, it looks like the telecommunication companies are soon going to offer subsidized VR headsets with their pricing plans. The industry needs many more people to have headsets in order for it to really take off, and those headsets need to keep getting lighter, more comfortable, have screens with improved resolution capabilities, and become more and more affordable. Competition from more headset providers will help to drive these advances.
In your opinion, what types of content are most suitable for VR, aside from video games?
VR works best when the viewer is transported somewhere else. This can be to the moon, to Africa, or even into another person's perspective, experiencing the world through their eyes. VR has been dubbed the empathy-making machine for this reason, and the UN have created several documentaries in virtual reality where you walk in someone else's shoes. This could be a refugee in Syria, a Roma gypsy, or someone protecting endangered wildlife. The nature of the story being told really defines whether that content is created with computer-generated graphics like animation or filmed with a 360 camera video. For example, if I was producing an interactive VR experience for training, computer-generated content would work best, as you need to program interactive triggers. Whereas if I wanted to tell the story of, say, a fire ceremony that takes place every year at a sacred site in Ireland, 360 video would work best for that.
Will people in the street develop VR content in the same way they produce and share content in social networks?
To an extent, this is already happening with 360-degree video. GoPro have developed some excellent consumer-grade VR cameras. Many people are filming themselves surfing and horse riding, for example. Regarding computer-generated virtual reality content, This usually requires advanced hardware, software, and skills associated with those. However, there are platforms that enable non-coders to create. One example of these platforms is called VR Chat, where non-coders can go in and create worlds, characters and stories and interactivity.
How will Traction include VR in its development?
Well, one of the aims of Traction is to promote opera to new audiences, especially disenfranchised communities, via novel formats. It has a strong focus on utilising the power of technology to extend reach and offer new possibilities for dissemination of content. In the Irish trial with Irish National Opera, we are working with community groups over the next 2 years to create a virtual opera, a virtual reality opera, which will be presented in 2022. Along with Irish National Opera and our director Joe Mangan, we are exploring areas including live performance and motion capture, and are passionate about exploiting the medium of VR to connect audiences with opera in new and innovative ways. You can see more about Virtual Reality Ireland's work at www.v for virtual or for reality.ie. That's www.vorr.ie. Thank you. Goodbye.
Logos DCU, VComTech, CWI, UAB, SAMP, Irish National Opera, Francois Matarasso, Virtual Reality Ireland, Liceu, and Traction. Disclaimer: the information and views set on this presentation are those of the authors and do not necessarily reflect the official opinion of the European Union. Neither the European Union institutions and bodies, nor any person acting on their behalf may be held responsible for the use which may be made of the information contained here. This work is licensed under a Creative Commons Attribution Non-Commercial No Derivatives 4.0 International.